Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Basement Show. I'm here with my good friend Charlie Hodge. Welcome to the show, Charlie.
Thank you.
Now, uh, first of all, I want to congratulate you about your performance in Unbroken last week. You just made yourself a star within this community. You were fucking awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, how, what did you think about the competition?
Yeah, I think it was a really tough weekend. It was a nice way to start, and then Saturday was a great day. I think they organised a fantastic event. There's a good mix of athletes. All the events ran smoothly. I think a lot of people had great fun, and for me, speaking for myself, it was a really enjoyable weekend. We can definitely take a lot from it. So I'm very happy, and I think it was a great event overall.
Yeah, it was good atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah, really nice. Good venue. I think the crowd were really close to the athletes, which made a real big difference.
Yeah.
And it really helped. In the workout, you could really feel the presence of the audience. And I think they definitely got that spot on with the venue. Everything seemed to go pretty smoothly, and it was really fun. Really fun to be in and take part in. So.
Did you feel that the crowd was helping you, or did you feel nervous in front of the crowd?
I think for sure the crowd helped. Definitely in the snatch ladder, you could really feel the presence of the crowd, and when you were going towards the barbell, you could see familiar faces, people cheering you, encouraging you. And for me, speaking for myself, I was just super pumped up. Every time I picked up the barbell, I felt that I could lift everything. So.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of basement bees there, and quite a lot of people cheering you on. And sometimes I know from my experience that sometimes the crowd can even restrict you from reaching your full potential. But in your case, it was the opposite.
Yeah, I think
you felt pumped up.
Yeah, obviously I had some nerves and I had some butterflies in the stomach, but I mean as soon as you start the workout, you soon forget, and then it's just another workout. It's here training. As soon as the clock, when something means something to you, you care about something, you're gonna be nervous naturally. But then when that timer starts, that just completely I didn't even. It was just me and the barbell or whatever I was lifting or the pull-up bar, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then you really feel just people cheering, and you just give everything. For me, that was great, and I really felt that the help from the crowd,
and that's when you know that you're in the zone, if you can just block out the crowd but get the positive
it was
positive
nice.
feedback from the crowd.
It was really nice. Yeah.
About the events, I must say I was really impressed with your performance in the snatch.
Yeah.
Snatch ladder.
It's my favorite lift. I love snatching.
The PR is 90, right?
Yeah, I think it's potentially could be more, but 90 is what I can lift for my max, and for me to get that from the hang and from the ground was really amazing. And
yeah, you've never done that.
No. So I've only lifted 90. I've lifted it a few times, but always just from the ground, a full snatch. So never from the hang and then again from the ground. So
yeah,
to hit that for essentially 2 reps. First one being from the hang, I was pumped, and probably saw that from the reaction as well.
Yeah. that was amazing. Is the snatch something that you've been working on lately a lot, or?
Yeah, I mean consistently. I like Olympic lifts. I like snatching. I like doing clean and jerks. Snatch for me is probably a lot better than clean and jerk, or at least jerk. Something I would do probably in my own training, twice a week. Maybe one just as strength or technique or efficiency work, and then probably in a workout or in that kind of environment. So
yeah.
Something I would say quite a lot. It's something I like to keep on top of, and either power or squat snatch. But for me, essentially, when I'm going heavy or for strength, always squat and get under the bar.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Now let's go back in time just a few years. You arrived in Finland 2 years ago. You met your girlfriend Emilia. How long ago is that?
Yeah, so we met 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
I moved to Helsinki 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years and maybe a couple of weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I met you, we were doing the level 1 seminar at the same time, and that was the first time I met you. And then we started talking about you potentially becoming a coach in CrossFit Basement, and you were here from the beginning, right? Or
Yeah, close to. Like, I remember coming over here like in the summer, and I did the level
yeah, we
one.
opened up in the summer.
Yeah. And I remember because like Amelia, she moved to Helsinki for work, and she was studying in Turku. Anyway, she got a job in Helsinki. I came to see you guys. I came to train here with you, and I think like we had met previously in the level 1 in Tampere. And then after that, I think we just like said, okay, if you ever need someone, let me know. And then like 3-4 months later, Robin emailed me, and then I decided to like move over.
Yeah.
Pretty ballsy move, but I mean it worked out great, and I'm pretty happy. So yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm glad that you came because you're really important to us as a coach, and part of the community. Now speaking about community, you've trained around in boxes in England, and here and all around the world. So what do you think about the community here in Basement compared to other places?
I think it's amazing. Like just to see, like I've been here quite a long time, and just to see the box grow, the people grow and the athletes grow. And I mean, just seeing like the support we get as athletes and the support we give our clients and our athletes is really nice. I mean, it feels like coming here is like you feel like you're always going to be happy. You meet your friends, you get to hang out, you get to do stuff you enjoy. It's just a real cool like environment. It's good to be around like-minded people. And for me, I just see it as like fun. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy coaching, but also like helping people and being around people like who think the same. It's really nice. Yeah,
because a lot of times I was talking to Peter about this yesterday, and a lot of times when people work in the same place, they're not necessarily that like-minded just because they work in the same place. But here at the box, we can really see that the people who come here, they are like-minded because they hang out outside the gym environment as well. We have a lot of parties, which I think is one of the best, most amazing parties ever, is the CrossFit Basement parties. So I think it's a really incredible atmosphere, and now when you look at that atmosphere and the community, then you know why you're doing this, because that's something really important, that people like being here and hanging out together.
I mean, like when you've got so many people that want to do the same things, they want to get better.
Exactly.
And I think like for me, like one of the best things about CrossFit is people want to help each other, and there's so much good spirit towards each other and cheering and encouragement. It really does help, and you feel like you're not alone. Like where a lot of people in the gym, you just go to the gym, you train alone, you go home, maybe you speak to someone, but you probably don't.
Yeah, that's actually that's actually like a key thing that I haven't really thought about, is that people really try to help each other here. Not just the coaches helping the clients, but the clients helping each other, and when you're doing that, you're spending time in a positive environment.
Of course.
Then you're gonna get better results, but you're also gonna be feeling better outside the gym as well.
Definitely, it's a good point as well, because I don't think like all the good work you do in here, it definitely reflects you as a person, and probably how you behave outside the gym, which is only going to be good for you and other people you pass it on to. So
yeah.
Awesome.
How did you end up in CrossFit? I know that you were playing football, and you were playing cricket. You were playing cricket in Australia before?
Yeah, so I mean my sport background is quite broad. Like I grew up playing football, growing up in England, like a lot of football. Cricket was a big sport for me as well. And then I just played pretty much anything. Like my mom used to swim, my sister used to swim, so I swam a bit. Football was obviously you're running quite a lot, so I started to do some running. And then I had a bad injury in my knee. After that,
what happened to your knee?
So I tore my ACL playing football, and then it was quite a long recovery. After that, I decided just to start like doing bike and jogging and getting.
Did that end your football career?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say ended it, but like I think then I don't know, like I kind of like, because I was out for so long, I couldn't play football. I just started paying interest in other areas, and then when I did finally like get my knee better, I was introduced to CrossFit like through my sister, and then once I tried that, I was pretty much like hooked from the start. I just enjoyed training. I really beat my ass. I thought I was gonna die like when I first started. Really struggled with like a lot of the movements. And then I could see other people doing like crazy things, what I thought were crazy, like muscle ups and handstand push ups. And I was like, hey, this is definitely something I want to do. And then just learning those movements, getting better and better all the time, it just gave me more hunger and drive. And I think just being the person I was, like previously playing all these sports, I was like, yeah, I can't let this person or this person be better than me. So then that just made me like do better. I started training more and more and more. And then essentially I just started to do it, like all my focus and attention was just CrossFit. And then from there I decided, okay, I just want to pursue this, like go further. I was already coaching like football and cricket, and then quite naturally I wanted to start doing, like when I was better at CrossFit, start coaching.
It was kind of the same move for me. Also due to an injury, I was injured for about like 16 months because of my neck, and then just it just broadened my eyes to other stuff. Coming from a football background, would you say that you're better at conditioning stuff, or that's your like stronger at that?
I mean, for me naturally, like I've never been the strongest. I've never been like the strongest athlete, but I think like conditioning wise, pretty good. Like I can probably go to quite dark places and put myself in that mental state and push pretty hard where a lot of people probably give up or put the bar down or stop and rest. I think that definitely gives me a good edge. I think football definitely helped, like with the kind of interval, like running, walking, sprinting, and like it's a long game, like 90 minutes. And essentially, like when you're working 90 minutes in a football match, you're walking, you're jogging, you're running.
Yeah, you have to be.
You're working all kind of like aerobic, like different capacities. Like you're working anaerobic as well, like sprinting, and then you're jogging and walking. So I think conditioning wise, pretty good. So that definitely helps in maybe certain workouts, especially.
Did you feel that strength was something that you were lacking when you started?
Yeah, still. I mean, strength for me is probably my biggest like
weakness.
Yeah.
But now you're snatching 90 kilos. That's quite a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to obviously get stronger, and I think like 90 could be a lot heavier. I think like technique wise is pretty good, but the only thing really holding me back is the raw strength. So I think like previously, like my biggest weakness is just been like a raw squat or like deadlift or press or something like that. I think like when I can gradually get those up, then it's going to help me.
Yeah, definitely. You started, you met Jami Tikkanen a while ago, and you started following his the training plan, which is a training program for competitive CrossFitter. It's very good, and it's highly recommended. How do you feel that the training plan and Jami has helped you in your?
Massively. Yeah, I mean, I've been following it now for 9 months, so quite a long period of time. I think before that I was quite selective and probably quite picky, like what I was doing. I had no.
I think that's quite natural. That you are selective and.
Yeah, but it's not good because.
No, it's not. It's not.
I think I was just doing bits of everything, and now like when I'm coaching a lot here, I just look at my program. I just do exactly what it is, and I've really noticed big improvements. Not only with the quality and the way I'm moving. I've got stronger, capacity has gone up, like all different domains in CrossFit that you need have improved and got better. And then obviously for me it's like you want to make things measurable. So I can see that I've improved from last year. I can see that I've improved in the open. I can see that I've improved in competitions. I can see that my strength numbers have gone up. I can see that my Metcon times have gone like lower, gone quicker. So in all areas I feel I'm fitter, I'm stronger. Essentially a better athlete, and definitely like training plan has helped me massively.
I I honestly think that he's a genius. He's a wizard. He's like the, you know, Yoda of CrossFit. He knows so much about training and he knows how to put it all together and periodization and all that. So I think he's really good. As a coach.
For sure. I think like he's a very smart guy, and I don't think like he leaves any leaves like unturned.
Yeah.
He's always thinking about everything, and not only just the training, also like the mental aspect.
Yeah.
The recovery, and also like a huge factor that's helped me is the mobility side as well. So.
Is there anything that you learn from the mental aspect from Yami now, or from the training plan now?
There's some sort of like meditation and stuff like that, but I mean, mainly like a lot of the stuff is like for me, like mental aspect. I just try and focus like what helps me, and for certain workouts, I can always like think mentally and approach it, and maybe think like where I'm weak, where I'm strong. And really that comes down to a lot of experience, like in different workouts.
It does.
So, yeah.
You have a nutrition program that you're known for, your red milk program. Could you tell us a little about that?
Well, I think like not so much anymore, but I think like I was trying.
There was a time that.
Yeah, there was a time.
Where you were drinking a lot of red milk.
I think it was like 5 months ago.
5 months ago, yeah.
I was quite a skinny, kind of like 85, 84 kilos.
What do you weigh now?
I'm like 87 at the moment. Yeah, but I tried to just bulk up and get stronger. So I just tried to get a lot of calories in. So I was drinking like 4 liters. I was doing like the GoMad.
Yeah.
Like 4 liters of milk a day, red milk. So like the real fatty, like full of calories. So I was doing like 4 liters of that a day, every day. I did that for a month, and then after that I just started cutting down, like did half like for another month. So I got myself up to like 90 kilos, carrying a bit of fat, a bit podgy. But then I think like for me, like
but podgy isn't that bad when you're
no, like
when you're aiming for strength. That's
I mean, it helped me, like lifting heavy helped me, but then I realized it probably wasn't that good in terms of like gymnastics and bodyweight movements.
That's true.
But still, like I still probably at least like half a liter or a liter of red milk a day. And I think like it's such an easy way to get calories. Lactose is not a problem for me. I mean, I know a lot of people are very against dairy, but if it works for you, it works for me. I'm definitely going to use it. I'm not going to cut it out. I can feel like it benefits me. Even like in the competition, I took like a liter of red milk and mixed it with my protein, and it tasted great and it helped me. So yeah.
Actually, I'm inspired by that. I always drink red milk at night before I go to bed.
I think it's much better than the processed than like the blue one. No, nothing real added into it.
Yeah.
More fats and a bit more natural as well, which is only good. So.
And it's an easy way to get calories in, because that's what you need when you're training hard.
For sure.
It uses a lot of calories.
Yeah.
If you were to give someone nutrition advice now, someone from our athletes here at the gym, let's say regular clients who come here 3 to 4 times a week training with our program, what would you say that they should concentrate on?
I think like for most people it's just eating enough and balancing your carbohydrates, your fats and your proteins.
So the macros.
Yeah, the macros for sure. I've tried like various stuff and stuff that hasn't really helped me. I tried the zone. Maybe it works for some people, but I just felt so underfed and my energy levels are really, really low. I think for most people, if you just eat and feel satisfied, you're going to be good and you're going to have energy to train. If you don't have energy, then pretty simple, eat more. It could be a factor as well that you're not sleeping enough. But if you're sleeping enough and you feel you still don't have enough energy, eat more. Like for me, the biggest thing that I changed is starting to eat more carbohydrates. And I would try and eat like more dense carbohydrates just to feel full and give myself more energy. And that's really helped me. So a typical day would be like porridge and eggs in the morning, maybe some butter or something like in the porridge to get some fat. if not maybe a handful of nuts or something, and then I'll probably come train, eat something after, maybe a protein shake if I'm not going to eat soon after. But then lunch would always be like meat, fish, whatever, and then like a dense carb like a potato or rice or something.
Yeah.
And then again dinner always like dense carbs like like rice or potato, and again meat or fish.
Yeah, it's. I think it's. People don't understand that when you're eating for sport, it's better to eat too much than to eat.
Yeah, for sure.
Too little.
Yeah.
So always, especially for me now that I'm trying to gain weight and strength, I'm eating 3,500 calories per day, and that's quite a fucking lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
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 When you're trying to eat quality foods.
Yeah, I think for most people
I'm full all the time, but I think I notice it in my strength that I'm stronger now, and it's gone way up, just because I'm eating more. I haven't really changed the training that much, but just eating more.
Yeah, I think for most people it's just definitely eating enough and then going by feel. How do you feel? Do you feel you have enough energy? And also like a good way to eat if you want to eat more carbohydrates is definitely around your training to give yourself more energy and just see how it feels. Like, how did that training session feel? How much did I eat? How much did I sleep the night before? I think like everyone is definitely different when it comes to nutrition, and you just need to see what works well for you.
You started competing in CrossFit, how long ago was that?
Yeah, a couple of years. I did like a team competition 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Tribal Clash in the summer. And then I did last year's Unbroken, and then this year I had Caroline Club in, and then Unbroken again.
So last year's Unbroken was the first time?
Yeah, first individual.
First individual.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you placed?
I was 12th, I think, last
12.
year. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if someone wants to start, let's say for me, if I came to you and said I want to start competing, now in CrossFit, what would your advice be?
I think like for a lot of people that want to compete, I think definitely the level now is pretty high, like no matter what competition you do. I think like for a lot of people you want to just make sure you're good at everything. I mean, you can see like in certain competitions and like even at the Unbroken, like the handstand walk and bar muscle ups, you really need to self-analyze yourself and be realistic and see like, okay, do I have this, do I have that? You need to make sure you've got the movements. For me personally, I wouldn't want to send my athlete to a competition without a movement, without a handstand walk, without a bar muscle up, a ring muscle up. Because that is a movement you need to do. It is a standard movement. But saying that, if there's like a scale competition or something like a lower kind of level, definitely that would be a good start. But I think for most people, they just need like CrossFit. Just come to the class, do the movements. So we're gonna challenge you guys. We're gonna teach you guys all the different movements. You're gonna get better, get that base up, and then start thinking about competing, and then kind of think about what level you're at, what you want to achieve as well.
Yeah. When would you say someone is ready for competition? For
It's hard to say. It depends what kind of competition. Like, I don't know if it's like a scaled or lower level competition or higher level, or like, I don't know, whatever. Like, but if, let's say for example, it's like a low level competition, I think like most people could be ready. Like, it really depends like what the movements are, what the standards are going to be. And I mean, I don't know if there's so many like smaller competitions in Finland yet, but I think it's a good idea if there is.
Yeah.
And that would be a good start.
I think it's even better to try out for the competition and try to qualify for the competition. And it's better to try to qualify for the competition than not try to qualify for the competition, because that way you put yourself in a test that you have to perform under a bit of pressure, and that's gonna make you a lot better for next time.
Yeah.
and let's say maybe you're not getting into the competition the first time, maybe not the second time, but if you've been training hard, maybe the third time,
Yeah.
you get in.
For
And that's
sure.
where when you become an athlete, and that's when you really start wanting more,
Yeah.
as happened for you, because
Yeah.
last year you were 12th, now you're dropping down to 8th.
I think
We can
for-
see that you've been training hard for that, and that's a natural progress.
I think for a lot of people is, yeah, like sign up for the qualifiers.
You don't have to be talented.
No, but I think for a lot of people, like people sign up for the qualifiers, and then oh, there's like ring muscle ups. Oh crap, I can't do that. So what do? They don't do the workout.
Yeah,
Okay. Same with the open. Okay, there's like 5 weeks, different workouts. You've done 2 or 3. I didn't do so well. I'm not going to do the next 2.
Mm.
You really need to take a look at yourself and see, okay, do I really want to do this? Or not. Like either you do or you don't.
Yeah.
And like even if you suck at something, you try and do it. Next year, what do? You work on that movement, you try and get better.
Yeah,
And then you smash that same workout and then you look back and then you see how far you've come. I think a lot of people have that mentality, oh yeah, I wanna do it. But then when it comes down to it, people kind of forget the movements or they don't want to work on it. They try and focus on other stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing about CrossFit is you focus on stuff you're not good at.
exactly.
Sure, like the training's not going to be nice at times, it's going to suck and you're going to hate it. But when you look back, it's going to feel so much better when you've addressed those weaknesses.
Mm.
And yeah, sure, like do your online qualifiers, but if you sign up, do all 3. If you can't do a certain movement, you try, or you do as much as you
Exactly.
can in that
Exactly.
workout.
Yeah, that's also a part of external and internal motivation. Is that external motivation? You're kind of aiming for the podium, or you're aiming somewhere that's out of your control.
Mm.
But internal motivation is, and you're competing against yourself.
Mm.
And okay, you try for the qualifiers this year, you didn't make it, but competing against yourself again next year, that's gonna make you a bit better for next year, and maybe you get in next year again.
Definitely. I mean, speaking from my own experience, like I've missed out on a few competitions here in Finland, and that for me, it could have gone either way. I could have been really frustrated and oh, like I'm not going to do that again. Or what happened to me is like, okay, I realised I need to work on some stuff and get better
Yeah,
and really address that.
yeah,
And still I know like I need to still focus on my strength and get stronger and still address certain weaknesses, which I will continue to do and try and get better.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations again. It's good to see you improving. You're gone far on that, and good to have you on board.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you. See you guys next time.